Detroit, the Archbishop Weisenberger, he just pulled the plug on the Latin Mass in Detroit because Pope Francis, before he died, gave them the authority to pull the plug if they wanted it. And that really did anger a lot of people. And the reason that the Mass is like this dividing point, because there's a Latin saying, it's lex orandi, lex credende. And what that translates to is how you pray is how you believe, or what you pray is what you believe. And so the Latin Mass is a whole different way of praying to God versus the Novus Ordo Mass. And so people that tend to gravitate to the Latin Mass, or even a traditional Novus Ordo Mass,
Yeah.
they tend to then believe, they take theology a different way than the Novus Ordo crowd does.
In what way?
And I mean, every issue you could think, every issue you could possibly imagine, the cultural issues, you'll usually see the Latin Mass goers will have very strong Orthodox views of the church shouldn't change and adapt to the modern world. The people who go to the Novus Ordo Mass, they're like, the church needs to change. The problem with the Novus Ordo crowd or the Vatican II groupies is, if they're saying the church needs to change because of man, what they're really saying is God needs to conform to man. I mean, if you really think about it logically, you follow their logical conclusion
Yeah.
that God needs to conform to what man believes versus man needs to conform to what God teaches. And the traditional crowd is more of that mindset. No, we as men, mankind, we need to change our ways to do God's will, to do what God has taught us. And so the Mass itself isn't, but that's just kind of like that's the game piece in these belief systems.